Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we are going to be reading the first chapter of the Harry Potter and BSD crossover fic that I am writing, called From Hogwarts to Yokohama. This is chapter 1. I, however, do not have chapter names for this specific fic, so here we go. Look out! Draco pushed Harry out of the way just in time for Voldemort's spell to hit him instead of the other boy. "You're our best chance of beating him. We can't lose you now," the blonde muttered as his vision faded completely. The last thing he saw was the expression on Harry's face that somehow managed to blend concern, shock, and desperation into one look. Draco dropped to the ground, curling into a ball in an attempt to defend himself, though he knew it was futile against magic. He could still hear the fight going on around him, Voldemort laughing at and taunting the Ravenet, who seemed to have moved between him and Draco. Probably trying to protect the now incapacitated boy on the ground behind him, Draco realized. Selfless idiot was going to get himself killed trying to protect the others when he should be focused on defeating the enemy. He tuned back into the fight when he heard Voldemort laugh again. "So, the Slytherin sacrificed himself to protect the Gryffindor. It's a shame that won't do either of you any good. Isn't that right, Harry? Goodbye now." The man's tone was mocking, and Draco heard something fall to the ground next to Harry. Probably his wand, he thought with a growing sense of dread, realizing that the other boy was now defenseless, as Harry let out a choked scream before suddenly going silent and falling to the ground. Draco's breath caught in his throat, and he immediately crawled over to the Ravenet, fumbling around to find the pulse point on his neck, knowing it would be easier to get a pulse from than the ones on his wrist. "Please, please, please," he whispered under his breath. "There." He breathed a sigh of relief as a steady beat thrummed under his fingers. He didn't know what Voldemort did, and Harry seemed to be unconscious, but at least he was alive. Voldemort's laughter sounded again, closer this time, and Draco instinctively moved between Harry and the danger before he could even think about what he was doing. "What did you do to him?" he growled, glaring with his now sightless eyes at where he'd heard the laugh, which just got louder. "Well, that would spoil all the fun, wouldn't it? Now that permanently remove you both as a threat. Say bye to all your magic. Not that you'd be able to use it either way," the man taunted. "What?" Draco's voice caught as he felt something hit him, realizing that whatever Voldemort was doing must have hit Harry too, by the way he also felt it in the arm that was protectively over the other boy. He grit his teeth and clenched his fist against the feeling of being on fire, barely holding back a scream but not wanting to give their enemy the satisfaction of hearing it. When the feeling finally subsided, he felt a deep absence inside him. Piecing together Voldemort's words with what had just happened, he felt the blood drain from his face. Somehow the man had taken away their magic. How was that even possible? Nothing like that should exist. His train of thought was interrupted by the man himself cackling, and wow, was he absolutely sick of that laugh. Regardless of Draco's feelings on the matter, Voldemort finally paused his laughter to taunt them some more. "Congratulations, former wizards. You now have the honor of being the test subjects for my new spell. So have fun in the new world. Assuming it doesn't kill you, of course. Goodbye forever." And suddenly everything was gone, as he closed his eyes against the assault of the light that somehow didn't care about his new blindness. It felt like he was being flung around in every direction at once, and he held on tight to Harry, pressing himself closer to the other boy in the fear that they would somehow get separated in the chaos. After an unknown amount of time, they smacked into a hard surface, Draco falling on top of Harry. He quickly checked the Ravenet's pulse to make sure whatever that was didn't kill him, but the other boy's pulse was as strong as the last time he checked, albeit slower than he would have liked. He felt around their surroundings with one hand, keeping the other wrapped tightly around Harry's wrist, and found walls. The ground beneath them was dirt and pebbles, but not organized in any way like on a laid path. Given that he was now blind and that he didn't know where they were or what was going on, he decided that the best course of action was to move them into a corner for easier defense and wait for the other boy to wake up. As he drifted into unconsciousness himself, finally succumbing to the dizziness and exhaustion despite his attempts to fight against it, he hoped that Harry would wake up soon and have some idea of what to do. Alright, and that is chapter 1 of this fic. Hope you all enjoyed listening, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone.